88.6, Plenty Valley FM, and on the line from Crimestoppers is Clem. What's happening this week, Clem?
First wanted person is Shannon Lure. Lure is wanted by police for failing to answer bail, obtaining property by deception and theft. She's 31 years of age, approximately 169 centimetres tall, has a thin build and a fair complexion. 9 warrants have been issued for her arrest. Lure is known to frequent the Newtown area. Our second wanted is Jatalia Jarman. Jarman is wanted by police for failing to answer bail, contravening community corrections order and theft. She is 21 years of age, approximately 160 centimetres tall, has a thin build and a fair complexion. 14 warrants have been issued for her arrest, and she's known to frequent the Epping area. Our third wanted this week is Adrian Tanetti. Tanetti is wanted by police for failing to answer bail, theft, and driving a motor vehicle while disqualified. He is 44 years of age, approximately 180 centimetres tall, has a thin build and a fair complexion. 14 warrants have been issued for his arrest. He is known to frequent the greater Bendigo area. If you have any information about the whereabouts of these wanted people, you can report anonymously to Crimestoppers by visiting crimestoppersvic.com.au or calling 1800 333 000.
Okay, and our scam of the week?
Yeah, our scam of the week is food delivery scams. And as we all know, food delivery apps have been a part of everyday life for a lot of us, whether you're ordering dinner after a long day or, running a restaurant or working as a delivery driver. But unfortunately, scammers have noticed that as well. So there's a lot of pretending to be like well-known services such as Uber Eats or DoorDash, and in some cases, even restaurants or customers trying to trick people into handing over personal information or money. So you might get a text, a phone call or an email saying there's a problem with your order, that you're due for a refund, or there's an issue with your account that needs to be fixed straight away. So the goal is to create urgency, to get you to panic and act quickly before you even had time to stop and think. They might ask for a one-time verification code, your login details, banking information, or even ask you to make a payment outside the official app. Some scammers will even claim that they've seen your order just to need you to verify a few details before they can process it. Delivery drivers are also being targeted, so some receive messages saying an order has been cancelled because it was a fraudulent or duplicate order, and the scammer might offer compensation, but only after the driver provides personal information or account details. But there's always simple ways to protect yourself. If you get an unexpected message, don't rush. Don't click on any links or share passwords or one-time codes or any banking details. Genuine and legitimate companies will always ask you not to provide this information through text or an unexpected phone call. So just keep that in mind. And instead, always open the official app to protect yourself or contact the company directly using the contact details on a publicly listed number. That way, you're dealing with the real deal and not the scammer pretending to be one. And if you think you've already shared information, act quickly, change your password immediately, and contact your bank to get their advice and report the scam to ScamWatch. And if you have any information about organised scam activity operating in Victoria, you can always report it to us on crimestoppersvic.com.au or calling 1800 333 000.
Okay, the best way to avoid food delivery scams is to cook at home. Okay.
Yeah, well said, yeah. Save a bit of money as well.
Absolutely. And what else are we covering this week?
Yeah, we've got our Unexplained Wealth. Our Does It Add Up campaign launched last week. And basically it asks you a simple question. Have you ever caught yourself looking at someone's lifestyle and thinking, how'd they afford that? Could be a brand new nice car in the driveway. It could be someone who's going on a lot of suspiciously luxurious holidays. So it could even be items like designer handbags or having a tendency for paying for everything in cash. And before we go any further, it is important to preface there's absolutely nothing wrong with owning nice things. Plenty of people in Victoria run successful businesses, work hard, make investments, and that's how they earn their money. But every now and then, something just doesn't seem to add up, and that's the thinking behind Crimestoppers' new Does It Add Up campaign, launched in partnership with VicPol. It's encouraging Victorians to pause for a moment and ask themselves one simple question: does it add up? And sometimes it can be a sign of something much bigger. So that's kind of the message that we're trying to sort of portray. So it could be organised crime, drug trafficking, or even money laundering. So that's why, information from the community can be so valuable. And I think the most important thing is to just clarify that we're not actually asking people to point fingers or judge someone just because they own an expensive car or live in a nice house. One expensive item on its own doesn't mean anything, but we're talking more about a pattern when someone's lifestyle, spending, and it doesn't really consistently add up to what they earn, and it might be worth reporting. If you've noticed something that genuinely doesn't seem right, even a small piece of info can help investigators connect the dots. So a vehicle and address, a nickname, or something you've seen more than once might not seem like much, but on its own, combined with a lot of information, it can make a real difference. So if you're ever thinking that doesn't add up, don't ignore it. You can always report it anonymously to Crimestoppers by visiting crimestoppersvic.com.au or calling 1-800-333-000.
How do they afford all those food deliveries? Okay, thanks, Glenn. Catch you next week.
All right, take care.